This is my audience. Theodore Seuss Geisel, better known as Dr. Seuss, was brought into this world in the year of 1904 in Springfield, Massachusetts. Ted lived a mostly happy childhood with his parents, who were strict but also very loving. Ted was very well liked during high school, and he was in a variety of different sports and activities. He was also a very good student, which allowed him to continue his education at Dartmouth University. While studying there, he became editor-in-chief of Jack-O-Lantern. That's Dartmouth's humor magazine. After college, Ted went on to attend Oxford University, where he hoped to become a professor. One day during class, he was doodling on a piece of paper that caught the eye of a fellow classmate named Helen Palmer. Helen was quite impressed and suggested that he should become an artist rather than a professor. Well, Ted first took her advice and eventually took her hand in marriage. After Oxford, Ted began submitting his work to various magazines, such as Vanity Fair, Life, and Judge, along with many others. For 15 years, he would draw ads for such magazines. Ted's first book was And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street, which was turned down by 27 publishers before actually getting published. His grandparents lived on Mulberry Street, hence the title of his first book. He also took ideas for his other books from his hometown and places he had been to throughout his life. He liked to use those and to play illustrations in some of his books. Some other famous books of his include The Grinch Stole Christmas, Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch who lived just north of Whoville did not, which was later made into a film in 2000. Another one to make theaters was Horton Hears a Who. Also, some other favorites were The Cat in the Hat and Green Eggs and Ham. Ted's most controversial book was The Butter Battle Book, which was based on the Cold War. In this book, two groups, the Yooks and the Zooks, are at a disagreement about the way that they butter their bread. One group, the Zooks, have their bread butter side down. The Yooks have their bread butter side up. Each group has come up with a weapon after weapon to keep the other group out. Both groups have a bitsy big boy bomberoo. The story ends as the two are ready to shoot the bomberoo. Ted finished the book off with a blank page, making it up to you to decide who wins and what happens. Who is going to drop it? Will you or will he? On October 3rd, 1967, Ted's first wife, Helen Palmer, died of cancer. Ted then later got married to Audrey Stone Demond, a longtime friend of his. Audrey and Ted got married on June 26, 1966. They were a very social couple. They had themed dinner parties weekly. Another thing they enjoyed was traveling all over the world. Audrey was a great influence on Ted. She helped him brainstorm and think of new ideas for his books. Some fun facts about Dr. Seuss are, did you know that 1 in 4 American children received Dr. Seuss as their first book? And that Ted was never actually taught how to draw. And to relax, he would often work in his garden, also considered a work of art. He has more than 40 books out. Dr. Seuss has made a revolutionary impact on an enormous amount of children and adults to this day. Dr. Seuss said that he wrote to inspire a desire to read, but the main purpose is fun. And this is my audience again.